Taunton. Just days after Conrad Roy III committed suicide, Michelle Carter texted a woman she barely knew claiming to have been listening on her cell phone as the 18-year-old Roy was overcome by the carbon monoxide fumes that ended his life. "I was on the phone talking to him when he killed himself," Carter allegedly texted Ali Ithier. "I heard him dying." Ithier was the first prosecution witness to testify Wednesday in the Bristol Juvenile Court trial of Carter, who is charged with involuntary manslaughter for allegedly cajoling Roy to kill himself during a series of text messages and phone calls in the summer of 2014. During opening statements on Tuesday, Bristol prosecutors portrayed Carter as a callous, attention-seeking teen who engaged in a sick game of life and death with Roy as her pawn, who also ordered him to get back in his truck when he had second thoughts about killing himself. But the defense contends that Roy's death was the result of his own internal emotional challenges and that the Mattapoisett man searched the internet repeatedly for ways to commit suicide. Carter's sometimes imperious notes to Roy were a side effect of the SSRI medication she was taking for impulse control, her defense lawyer said. Ithier said she first met Carter at a summer camp, where Ithier started working as a counselor in 2014. She said she did not know Carter well and was surprised when the then 17-year-old Carter began texting her without being invited by Ithier to do so. 4 days after she got the first text from Carter, Ithier said Carter began discussing Roy and his death, writing her that she had a boyfriend that she did not name but did note that he's in a bad place right now. Carter also wrote the text where she admitted listening to Roy as he died, prompting Ithier to suggest that she see a therapist, considering "I don't know you very well." Carter replied, "I have a therapist already, haha. I already have a therapist. I talked to her about it yesterday." In another text, Carter portrayed herself as Roy's confidant who tried to help him. "In the only one he told things to. I should have gotten him more help." The trial is jury-waived and being heard by Juvenile Court Judge Lawrence Moniz. Ithier was followed to the stand by Olivia Mazzolgo, who was familiar with Carter, having met her when they were in 7th grade. They both later played on the same softball team. Mazzolgo recalled one text Carter sent to her when both were in high school. "Stop telling me how wonderful and beautiful I am. Beautiful girls get invited to parties and their friends call and want to hang out," Carter wrote to Mazzolgo. "I have like no friends. I am alone all the time." Mazzolgo also testified that on July 20, 2014, 2 days after Roy committed suicide, Carter again acknowledged in a text that she was on the phone as he died. "I was talking on the phone with him when he killed himself. I heard him die," Carter wrote. During testimony Tuesday, Roy's mother, Lynn Roy, said her son overdosed on an over-the-counter pain prescription in 2012 and was hospitalized. But over the next 2 years, his mental health improved, he graduated from high school, and he earned a maritime captain's license. Conrad Roy moved in with his mother in 2014 after his relationship with his father became strained, she said. Choking up during her testimony, Lynn Roy recounted the day her son died. "In the hours before he was found, he had gone to the beach with her and siblings, showing no signs of distress," she testified. When the family returned home, Roy said he was going to a friend's house. Lynn Roy casually asked if he'd be back for dinner. It was the last time she saw her son alive. After his death, Carter sent Lynn Roy supportive text messages and never mentioned how she was in communication with her son in the days before his death. "You didn't fail him, not even a little bit," Carter wrote in a text message to Lynn Roy, who was blaming herself for her son's suicide. "You tried your hardest, I tried my hardest, everyone tried their hardest to save him. But he had his mind set on taking his life." Left unsaid was that Carter had pressured her high school boyfriend to take his own life, even ordering him to get back in his truck when he had second thoughts, prosecutors said in the first day of Carter's manslaughter trial Tuesday. Roy killed himself in July 2014 by inhaling a fatal dose of carbon monoxide generated by a gasoline-powered water pump installed in the truck. Carter had sent Roy dozens of text messages urging him to take his own life, prosecutors say.